What's up guys, this is Balázs from RacingBrick. The LEGO Ideas team recently revealed the results of the latest selection round, and it was a huge surprise, literally. We had a chance to talk to the Ideas team about the results and get some background information during the LEGO Fan Media Days in Billund, and I could also ask some of your questions about LEGO Ideas in general, so let's get started. First of all, here are the Ideas team members with the photos of the 4 winning submissions. Let's take a look at them quickly. From left to right on this photo, the first is Tales of the Space Age by John Carter, then the Polaroid One-Step SX70 by Minibrick Productions, then LEGO Insects by Hachiroku24, and finally the Orient Express, a legendary train by Let's Go. This is the very first selection with 4 winning ideas, and although there were 39 submissions in this round, the number of winners is not related directly to that. According to the team, they didn't sit down with a decision to pick 4 submissions out of 39, it was a lucky combination of the submissions themselves, timing of other LEGO products and a few other factors. This does not mean though that next time there will be also 4 or even more winners just because there are a whopping 51 qualified ideas in that round. Nothing is decided in advance. I already mentioned this analysis made by Jay from Jay's Brick blog about the size and price increase of idea sets over the years, and a lot of you asked in the comments why the team seems to have a tendency to select bigger and bigger sets as winners. Well, according to them, the submissions themselves are getting bigger and bigger in general, and altogether it seems that people are more interested in big and impressive builds as the amount of them is growing among the 10k vote achievers. But this round is special from this perspective as well, since besides the big and impressive locomotive, we have 3 relatively small builds, so hopefully this will encourage everyone to submit ideas in a similar, more manageable scale. So, let's take a closer look at the winners. First was the Tales of the Space Age. It is a beautiful minimalistic artwork, very unconventional, and from a certain distance it does not look like LEGO at all. As a sci-fi fan, I totally love these, and they might look simple, but the part usage is pretty cool actually. Did you notice here the black dishes, for example, covering most of the planets? The mini rocket is also amazing, really can't wait to build these. The next one is the Polaroid One-Step SX70. It is a truly iconic product, instantly recognizable. I'm sure photographers will love it. It is very much functional, as you can see on these animations on the submission page. I really like that. And according to the description, even the viewfinder works. Then here are the LEGO insects. They are quite different from anything else you can see on the shelves today. There were some brick-built creatures previously, but nothing like these. They have vibrant colors and very distinctive silhouettes. I'm sure they won't be the #1 choice for everyone, but they look amazing and lifelike, a great choice I think. And last but not least, the mighty Orient Express. This is the very first LEGO Ideas train, and honestly I never thought we will see one ever. LEGO releases trains on a regular basis, although cities nowadays seem to get a passenger and a freight train only like every 4 years. We've seen the Crocodile locomotive in 2020, that was something different, and I thought that might be a sign of the reboot of the previous Creator Expert train series, like the Horizon Express or the Emerald Knight, but apparently that was not the case. As I mentioned, becoming a winning idea is not about the build only, far from that. The Ideas team needs to screen for portfolio conflict, what happens in the other teams, is there a brand compliance issue, what are the upcoming sets, and so on. Sometimes it's all about timing, and apparently this was the perfect time for this beautiful train. Interestingly, it will be done with an IP partner, as the Orient Express, the brand, is owned by a company, even if the submission itself contains a version with this locomotive and carriage from the 1930s. A few years ago, the Ideas team was proud of not using custom elements in their sets, but after a while it obviously had to change to allow a higher variety of winning submissions. If you remember Winnie the Pooh with all the minifigures, or Sesame Street, or the Fresnel lens of the lighthouse, these sets couldn't be made properly without them. According to the rules, the ideas themselves cannot contain custom elements, but luckily the team has the freedom to include them in the final products. Interestingly, this submission contains a very much non-train part for the bigger wheels. It seems to use recolored 56mm wheel covers that were used in a Technic and a Research set. You can see that they don't really fit properly on the rails. So, will this locomotive get a brand new piece, or will the 50mm train wheels from the new Harry Potter Collector's Edition fit? I think we will have to wait and see. I've seen this, by the way, being mentioned in multiple comments. People were confused why there was a steam train chosen as an Ideas winner when we had that huge Harry Potter locomotive being released very recently. Well, although they are both trains, they are made for very different target audiences. This one is a huge LEGO sculpture made for Harry Potter fans. It does not roll on regular LEGO tracks as it is wider. With the Orient Express, there's a chance that LEGO train fans will finally get a big official steam train that rolls on regular tracks. I think the last one was the Emerald Knights, so there's really a market for a new release. So, I'm sure you realized it by now, but I'm super happy with the winners this time. All of them are great builds and really can't wait to see the final products. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe with notifications as more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.